more than a decade since the former Wales player and manager Gary Speed took his own life. And in a rare interview, his mother has spoken to us about the sadness she says never goes away. Carol Speed says that while she'll never find an answer to why he died, she wants others to talk about their own mental health and to seek help. She's been speaking to David Evans.
He used to hit the ball against this garage door constantly. Bang, 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 all the time, until it broke.
At the family home in Queensferry, Carol Speed treasures the memories. Now caring for Gary's father, Roger, who has dementia, she's still learning to live with what happened to her son.
It's been hard. We miss him terribly. And it's just something that you don't ever get over.
Gary Speed was appointed Wales manager in 2010. In less than a year, he'd succeeded in reinvigorating the national team, with Wales rising 72 places in the world rankings. But in November 2011, he was found dead at his home in Cheshire. At his inquest in 2012, the coroner concluded he couldn't be satisfied that Speed intended to take his own life. Aged 42, he had a wife, Louise, and two teenage sons, Ed and Tommy.
Gary wasn't short of money. He had a nice house, a nice family, a job that he absolutely adored. So if it can happen to someone like him, it can happen to anyone, can't it?
So you're still trying to find answers?
I never will. I never will. I've resigned myself to that I'll never find the answer to why. That makes it doubly hard to live with. You know, if people are ill and they die, then you know why. But we just didn't know with Gary. We didn't know how he felt or what was going on. He never showed it. He was always smiling. I just wish that we knew what his mind was doing, so that we could keep an eye on him. We couldn't keep an eye on him because we didn't think there's anything wrong with him.
How do you feel issues around mental health have moved on since Gary's death?
It wasn't spoken about. I mean, it never even crossed my mind. But yeah, it seems to have brought it all out since Gary, and people are not frightened to talk about it anymore.
I assume that would be your message to families.
Oh gosh, yeah. Speak to someone, even though it's hard, because they've no idea what it does to the family. It's ruined our life completely. Yeah.
Gary's status and memory seems to have grown over the years. What do you make of all that?
It is very touching to think that people. I mean, we thought he was always a good lad. You know, he was our lad, and we thought he was wonderful. But so did everybody else. By the, you know, I can't believe that people are sort of still talking about him, really.
After spending a decade unable to bring herself to watch football, it's with Wales's World Cup qualification matches that Carol Speed has started to follow again, the sport in which her son made his name.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it again now. I was pleased as punch, yeah, absolutely brilliant, yeah. And to think that people had sort of mentioned Gary and, you know, that he's had a hand in starting it all. It's nice for us to sort of know Gary was involved in it, yeah.
So, in November, will you be watching the World Cup?
Oh yeah, oh of course, yeah, yeah.
And what would Gary be saying and feeling now?
Oh, he'd be over the moon, yeah, he'd be really, really into it, yeah. He wanted to get him there, definitely.
Carol Speed there speaking to David Evans, and if you've been affected by any of the issues raised there, you can find details of organisations offering support at bbc.co.uk/actionline.